लगता नहीं है दिल मेरा उजड़े दयार में, किसकी बनी है आलमे नापायदार में। कह दो इन हसरतों से कहीं और जा बसें, इतनी जगह कहाँ है दिले दागदार में, इतनी जगह कहाँ है दिले दागदार में. Sorrow and desolation are common themes in poetry. But the poet for today is not a poet in the traditional sense, but is a king, someone whose predecessors built the Taj Mahal, Lal Qila, and who lived in palaces embedded in jewels. Why would a king write of such desolation and sorrow? What do we know about him? How does his poetry change how we perceive him? And what's so interesting about this poem? Bahadur Shah Zafar was born in 1189 Shaban or October 1775 as the successor to Akbar Shah II. By the time Bahadur Shah Zafar took the throne, he had already been stripped of what it meant to be a true Mughal emperor. By this time, the East India Company had already invaded India and installed puppet rulers. Zafar got a pension of about 1 to 1.5 lakhs per month that he would use to maintain the lifestyle of a Mughal emperor, the facade. Today, history majorly remembers Zafar because of his involvement in the revolt of 1857. But the king I just mentioned, the puppet ruler who got a pension from the East India Company, how could he go against them? It would seem ridiculous, and that's exactly what he thought. So when troops arrived at Lal Qila on 11th May 1857, Zafar turned them away. The country of my ancestors has vanished. I myself have withdrawn into a corner. Why have you come now to make me even more uncomfortable? I have no wealth to pay you, nor have I an army at my command. The country is not mine so as to enable me to pay you through the levying of taxes. I am helpless to do anything for you. Don't entertain any hopes from my side for any assistance. But the king consulted with several court members and wrote several letters, after which he came to the conclusion that he must lead the movement. This, however, would end with his arrest in September 1857. Zafar and his wife Zeenat Mahal would be put on trial, after which they would be exiled to Burma. Zafar would stay here until his death in 1862. While on one hand the king witnessed the fall of a dynasty, the end of an era, and as Delhi crumbled in his hands. On the other hand, because of not having a kingdom and the fear of it being plundered or invaded, he could turn to more non-political matters, and so he picked up his pen. Bahadur Shah Zafar was a contemporary of several poetic giants such as Mirza Ghalib, Zauq, and Momin. In fact, Mirza Ghalib and Zauq were Bahadur Shah Zafar's preceptors for a period of time. Zafar was especially fond of Zauq and would often give him his literary pieces to edit and annotate before he would publish them. But this would cause several controversies. Several critiques would point out as to how Zafar's poetic pieces were merely an imitation of Zauq's style. Or maybe the king wasn't even writing them. Maybe Zauq was writing them and the king was publishing it under his name. But these controversies were mainly based in speculation and weren't backed by any sort of concrete evidence. In fact, Bahadur Shah Zafar wrote in several other languages such as Brij Bhasha, Punjabi, and Persian, where his literary aesthetics seemed to come across. But today's ghazal too is a part of this controversy that surrounds the king's literary works. Lagta Nahi Hai Dil Mera Ujde Dayar Mein was not published during Bahadur Shah Zafar's lifetime. In fact, the king did not even have pen and paper while he was in exile, and so this raises concerns as to how he would have written it and gotten it across. In the past few years, several other writers have been attributed with the verses from this ghazal, and so there is an ongoing discussion and investigation into it. But this brings me to my last question. If we do not know that Bahadur Shah Zafar has in fact written this ghazal, then what is so interesting about it? I think this is exactly what makes it all the more interesting. It creates a sense of intrigue around the poem and allows us to pull out other literary pieces of Bahadur Shah Zafar and piece together his narrative, to re-envision his history. Now, not from the perspective of the last Mughal emperor, but from that of the poet king.
लगता नहीं है दिल मेरा उजड़े दयार में, किसकी बनी है आल में नापा थे दो इन हसरतों से कहीं और जा बसे इतनी जगह कहाँ है दिले दागदार में इतनी जगह कहाँ है दिले दागदार में उम्रे दराज मांग के लाए थे 4 दिन दो आरज़ू में कट गए दो इंतज़ार में दो आरज़ू में कट गए दो इंतज़ार में कितना है बदनसीब ज़फ़र दफन के लिए कितना है बदनसीब ज़फ़र दफन के लिए दो गज ज़मीन भी न मिली कोवे यार में दो गज ज़मीन भी न मिली कोवे यार में लगता नहीं है दिल मेरा उजड़ गया यार में।
This is the first installment of a series in which I would be discussing each week a new ghazal, the poet, and the context in which it was written. I hope to have you along for the ride, and if you have any suggestions or recommendations, please put them in the comment section below.